My name's Matt Kovac. I'm the Dean of STEM, and I've been at the college a little over 30 years.
I'm Mary McGinnis. I've been at BC3 and I'm being honored for 25 years of service, and I am currently the Transfer Coordinator and Academic Advisor in the Academic Center for Enrichment.
My name is Natalie Kitsko. I work in the Records and Registration Office now, and I've been here since 1966 when I graduated.
Former students in the STEM division in particular who will approach me and just tell me how, and who I may have taught and I may not have taught, but will tell me how really they benefited and could not have been as successful as they had become without their experience at BC3.
My favorite position probably was as the Perkins Grant Director for 6 years. I had the opportunity to affect a lot of students that way, with budgeting and having money to different departments. I've certainly had a lot of direct student contact.
I'm Glenn Miller. I'm being recognized for 20 years as a BC3 trustee. That's a little hard to believe that it's been 20 years. Seemed like just yesterday.
I should have had credit for the work-study years because I came to school here and I was also a work-study here. So I think I've been here even longer. But I'm proud of being here. I'm proud of the work I did. And I think just about everybody that works here is proud of the work they do. That's why they're still here.
My name is Julie Luded. I'm the Director of Financial Aid at BC3, and I've been here 20 years.
What makes Butler County Community College a special place is not so much the land or the buildings, but it is the people. And it's everybody that's an employee of any capacity of this institution and every student that's here, and the interaction and the benefit that both get, not just the students in receiving knowledge and taking that and going somewhere, but what the administrators and everyone that's involved here on campus to any capacity receives back.
Some of these students have not had good experiences previously in high school. They lost their job. They are working at jobs that they know they aren't wage-sustaining jobs, and they're looking for some better way forward, allowing them to reach their dreams and succeed. Can't imagine as a Major League Baseball player I would have had that type of opportunity.
I just get a lot of satisfaction because we actually see it and experience it in the office where students come in and are relieved to see that they can afford to come to school. And we all, we get great compliments from the students in other departments when we help those students, and thank you letters that we compile. So that feels really great.
I'm a pretty open book. People know that I've started the local group of the Society for Creative Anachronism here in Butler, which is the educational society that studies the Middle Ages and Renaissance. I've cooked feasts for 200 people at an event and made medieval dishes, which have a little different flavor palette, but are wonderful.
The nicest thing is we have a Christmas party every year, and since Jim Hrabowski came to work here, he's been our bingo person. Every year, doesn't matter what, we have our luncheon and then we play bingo. And it's the funniest thing you can ever imagine. They give out prizes, but it's just the way he calls the numbers and his attitude. We're here for a nice afternoon and we have it.
I get to teach a financial literacy course that has been my passion for the last 10 years as I watch students get into loan debt, and we try to manage that and counsel that. Dr. Spiegelmeier was able to get that as a test course, so for me, and now it's become a course. So I think that has been a great success, and I credit her for that.
Tuesday College was a lot of fun. You met once a week, you took the class. I suppose if the truth were to be known, it was a little easier. The instructor probably made it a little simpler. It was a great time. Some of those people are still around, and I speak with them from time to time about Tuesday College.
There was one student in particular who saw me at Giant Eagle parking lot, I'll never forget it, and he just said, "You told me I could do it." And no one ever did. And he said, "That's what kept me going." And I remember saying that, but I, honestly, until he said it, I had no idea that just a cheerleading statement, which it was in sincerity, would have that great an impact. It was a motivator. He said, "Hey, you're one of my heroes."
You could always go someplace else, but I like to hear this is the only place I ever worked, and this is the only place I want to work.
Diane Ratty, pictured here with her dog Flynn, is a professor of nursing and is celebrating 20 years at BC3. She started out as a part-time clinical instructor before becoming full-time in 1998. Diane describes her colleagues as dynamic, energetic, and intelligent, dedicated to the profession and the welfare of their students. She also appreciates the college as a whole, saying everyone is courteous, professional, and eager to help. What does she do when things get overwhelming and challenging? Well, she and her colleagues dance in the outer office area to Stop in the Name of Love by Diana Ross and the Supremes. In her role as nursing educator, Diane feels she's contributing to the personal and professional growth of student nurses and the nursing profession. And this is why she loves her job. Ed Stark Jr., grounds coordinator, reaches the 20-year milestone. Ed enjoys being able to work outside every day. He recalls painting parking lot lines by hand with a roller and 2x4 as his guide. And now he appreciates having someone else do the job with a line painting machine. Ed shares a funny memory of when he and Barry Pallone worked on a storm drain at Linden Point. Ed says, "I let Barry run the excavator, and he was like a kid in a candy store." If you know Barry, that is funny yet scary. Ed acknowledges Cheryl Macon with keeping him on track as he pursued his degree. He credits his father, whom he worked alongside for 15 years, for teaching him everything he knows about construction. Stella Smith, Associate Director of Financial Aid and Veterans Coordinator, has reached the 30-year milestone. Stella has watched Main Campus grow over the years, starting her employment as a work-study before moving to Financial Aid Secretary. She then served as Assistant Director of Financial Aid before assuming her current position as Associate Director. She enjoys working with student veterans and is proud of creating awareness of suicide among veterans through the Project 22 documentary, which is shown on campus. This showing prompted 2 veterans to seek help through the VA. Stella credits the women in her office, Karen, Kim, Jennifer, Becky, and Julie, as supporting her both professionally and personally. Randy Lucas, custodian, is celebrating 25 years at BC3. Randy started in 1993 when the college had only 2 locations, the main campus and BC3 at Cranberry, where he worked for 2 years. A time he felt most appreciated is when President Newpower shook his hand and told him that his work made a difference. A funny memory Randy shared is when he and his co-worker JT were in the Gator salting roads. JT said he couldn't tell where the bad spots were. Right at that moment, they hit an icy patch and spun around several times. Randy looked at JT and said, "I think you found it." Randy credits his former supervisor, Jim Grafton, as well as his friend and co-worker, Katie Badura Duke, for supporting him. Randy says he does his very best for God in his duties here at BC3.